You want to play with the game?
I get bored with the evening crowd. Nannies and babies, schnauzers and cocker spaniels.
What you mean is Bowser hadn't shown up yet.
I mean what I mean.
I wish I knew more about you, Sylvia.
Why do you have to know everything?
Just for the pleasure of knowing. Take Kate, for example. We started dating in high school. We know each other cold.
Yeah, well, that's her and this is me.
We should know more about your former owner.
Second owners always wish that.
But did you like him as much as you do me?
Why do you assume it was a guy?
You have a point. You were mistreated, weren't you?
I got to sleep on a couch.
But still, what kind of person would bring you to a park and just let you go?
Well, how do you know I wasn't lost? How do you know I didn't break my leash and run to your side? How do you know I didn't see you sitting on that bench and say to myself, there's the man I want to spend the rest of my life with?
I don't know, do I?
And you never will. See, I'm a mystery. I'm what's known as the other. That's never happened to you before. That's why I'm so exciting. And that's what love is all about. Now go with the flow. Oh, I think I might just mosey on down to the group.
Oh, because Bowser's there now, right?
I'm not saying a word.
Hiya, Greg.
Hey, Tom.
Here's that book I was talking about.
Oh, great.
So, let's get down to it. How are things going on at all?
Fine.
Really?
Actually, not so good.
I thought so, and I think I might know why.
Sylvia's why.
No, it's deeper than that. I've been reading another book.
Another book.
Yeah, this one's deep, man. It's all about us.
Us?
Yeah, it says we're basically biophilic.
Watch it.
No, that's a good thing, man. People who love dogs are biophiles, lovers of the bios, which is Greek for the processes of nature.
Okay, go on.
What's more, the whole thing's genetic. Did your dad ever take you hiking or fishing when you were young?
Yeah, he did, yeah.
Did your mother ever push you in a stroller through the zoo?
Sure, yes.
See, what they were doing was activating your biophilic gene.
I see.
We inherited these genes in our caveman days to connect with nature in order to survive in it. And your relationship with Sylvia has reactivated that gene. That's why you respond to her so strongly. On the other hand, your wife's biophilic genes become thoroughly atrophied.
Well, that's true enough.
She views nature as threatening and messy.
You got it.
That's why you've been having marital problems. It's all built in. It's as if you were straight and she was gay. Or vice versa.
I don't know, Tom.
Hey, maybe I'm just naming the problem. Naming the problem is what helps you solve it. Speaking of which, that's why my wife and I decided to split up.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's a good thing, man. Biophiles need to mate with other biophiles. It's better for the environment. Besides, me and Bowser are hoping to hook up with a forestry major.
Well, good luck.
I'll make sure to lend you the book.
Hey, look, Sylvia's having a ball out there.
Life of the party, isn't she?
Yeah, well, she's been to the beauty parlor again.
Or she could be in he.
No.
Hey, she may be.
What makes you say that?
Look at the way she carries her tush. I mean, did you ever get her spayed?
No, I took your advice about waiting. Is Bowser fixed?
No, it's different.
It is?
You know what? Call her, see if she'll come.
Sure she will.
Not if she's in he.
Sure. Sylvia? Sylvia, come here. Come on. Good girl. Look, here she comes.
Hi, Greg.
Hey.
Hi, Tom. Did I ever tell you how fond I was of Bowser?
You're not in heat, are you, sweetheart?
Me? No, no way.
I didn't think so.
I just want to do it, that's all.
Greg? Yeah, I think she's in he.
She's just being affectionate.
I gotta do it, I gotta go.
Yeah, she seems to be asking for it.
No, it's just natural affection.
Can I go now?
Sure, go on.
Ready or not, Bowser, here I come.
Oh, you may be right, Tom. She may be in heat.
Yeah, I think she is.
What do I do if she is?
Keep her inside.
With my wife?
Then send her away.
My wife?
No, Sylvia!
I'm not going to send her away.
Just for the duration.
Well, that's out of the question.
Then keep her locked up at all times and always keep her on a leash. If you let her loose, you're basically just asking for... Where's Bowser?
Where's Sylvia?
Oh, look, behind that bush.
Oh, crap!
I told you so.
I'm going to break them up.
Too late, they're locked.
I don't care. I've got to.
No, Greg. Think about her for a change. This is her big moment. I mean, what has she done for most of her life? Lie around in an apartment, take an occasional walk at the end of a leash? Give her this, at least. Let her have something to remember.
That bastard.
Who, Bowser?
He's forced himself on her.
Come off of it!
Bowser forced himself on Sylvia.
You know what? Your dog was asking for it. She basically just shoved it right in his face.
Watch it, fella. You're talking about my dog.
You see? You see what we're doing? We're treating them like people.
Right. Sylvia, Sylvia, Sylvia.
You know what? You should just take her to the vet after this.
Man, you should have Bowser neutered.
Whoa, no. That would ruin his personality. There's a major difference between castration and getting your tubes tied, Greg. Come on, think about it.
I see. So once again, the women in this world are being asked to suffer the consequences of male aggression. Learning a lot about life these days.
Oh, Greg.
These things always take.
Not always.
I sort of wish it would.
Why?
Oh, 'cause Sylvia would make a wonderful mother.
It's hard having puppies, particularly in town.
I'd be there for her. I'd build her a special box with blankets and pillows and newspapers, and I'd get right in there and give her a hand. It'd give us something more in common. I mean, when Kate and I had our kids, I pulled my weight, let me tell you. I used to help feed them and bathe them and change them. Oh, and on Sunday mornings, Tom, we'd bring them into our bed, and we'd all hunker down under the covers. And I'd do that with Sylvia and her pups. I would. I'd bring them into our room. We'd all hunker down and be there together. And
You're sick, man!
I know it.
Just get her to the vet. First thing.
Right.
And while you're at it, get yourself to a shrink. Alright, well, looks like they're done, and it's getting pretty late. Come on, Bowser! Let's go, big guy. Shake a leg, oh stubbly one. Come on.
Well, you macho bastard! Well.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah. You have a good time out there?
I believe it's time to go home.
Oh, I said, did you have a good time?
I prefer not to discuss it.
Do you like Bowser?
Who?
You know damn well who. Bowser, the big guy with his tail up heading home.
Oh, him.
Yeah, do you like him?
Well, it's really none of your business, Greg.
No, it seems to me out there you made it everybody's.
Look, I happen to be exhausted.
I bet you
I'm
are.
tired and I'm hungry. I'm not going to stand around this park discussing ancient history with you. What happened between me and Bowser is over and done with. It was just a fling, Greg. Just a dumb, silly fling. We both got temporarily carried away. Let's leave it at that.
Will it happen again?
Well, what happened again?
Are you still in heat?
I refuse to recognize that expression. I find it demeaning.
You are, aren't you?
I'm not saying I am, and I'm not saying I'm not.
Seems Me, a little operation's in order.
Which means?
Never mind, but I'm calling the vet first
Well,
thing.
it sounds like you plan to punish me. It
No,
certainly sounds that way.
it's for your own good.
Oh, sure. Tell me another.
I just wish you'd exercise a little more self-control.
Can we change the subject, please? Can we get on with our lives? Can we make some attempt towards home? I happen to be quite hungry.
Bet you are. Let's go.
Hey, look. Look at that Dalmatian over there.
Where?
Look at the balls on that guy. I think I want to stay.
Let's go, Sylvia. You're a tramp, Sylvia. A promiscuous tramp. It's under the knife for you, kid.
You're jealous.
Not at all.
Yes, you are. You're jealous.
I am not. I just think you can do better. That's all.
That you, darling?
Yes, just us.
I wonder if we might talk a minute.
Sure, we can talk. Come on, Sylvia.
Alone, Greg. Without Sylvia.
She'll be quiet. She's still under the weather after her operation.
I feel like a gutted turkey.
That said she'd be shaky for a couple of more days.
I wish I knew what you had them do to me, prick.
Little mad at me.
Greg, sweetheart, I have something that I wanted to talk to you about.
Just a minute, Kate. Just lie down. You're supposed to
I don't want to lie down.
Lie down, Sylvia. Come on. She's supposed to lie
Oh,
down.
that hurts.
Greg, sweetheart.
Sit down, Kate.
Excuse me?
I said sit down.
Greg, I'm not Sylvia.
Sorry, I got confused.
Now, Greg, I have some very exciting news for both of us.
Shoot.
I got a grant
You got a grant.
to study in England.
Hey!
It's from a special foundation set up for women who resume their careers after their childbearing
Well,
years.
that's fantastic. It's all paying off, isn't it? Let's see, night courses when the kids were growing up,
Yeah.
summer school, it's all coming together, isn't it?
Yes. So I thought I would use it to see how the English teach their mother tongue.
Great idea.
And
And
they provide a spousal supplement.
spousal supplement?
You can come too, darling.
Oh, that's fantastic.
And it couldn't come at a better time with your job in limbo and everything.
Oh, what women go through in this world. Oh.
So I thought maybe we'd get a flat in London and maybe have the kids over for the summer.
You hear that, Sylvia? We're going to England. Hikes on the moors, kid. Wuthering Heights, out to the Baskervilles.
Don't talk to me, I'm dying.
Close your eyes and think of England, Sylvia. The English are great people. They love dogs.
They do. They definitely do. They love them so much that they're very protective of their own.
What does that mean?
They have a quarantine, sweetheart. A 6-month quarantine before you can bring a dog into the country.
That's ridiculous.
No, it's true. I checked. I called the consulate. Not even Elizabeth Taylor's dogs were allowed to set foot on English soil.
So you're saying we can't take Sylvia?
Oh, I'm afraid we can't, sweetheart.
Those snooty, limey pricks.
Oh, Greg. I thought we had an agreement about that language.
Sylvia's not good enough for them, huh?
Well, we'll just have to find her a good home, sweetheart. But let sleeping dogs lie, Greg.
You applied for this grant, didn't you?
Well, of course I applied.
Recently, since Sylvia.
As a matter of fact, yes.
And you specifically asked for England.
Well, English is my field, sweetheart.
And you knew Sylvia couldn't come with us.
I knew we needed to get away, Greg.
Trying to separate me from my dog.
Well, that's part of it, yes.
It's a major part of it.
I don't like what she does to you, Greg. I don't like what she does to me. I think... Oh, God, what is that awful smell?
It's Sylvia. The vet said she might pass a little gas.
Oh, damn it, Sylvia.
Yeah, Kate, she just had an operation.
Okay, Greg, let's talk about England.
I don't want to go.
Greg,
Not without Sylvia.
if you loved me, you'd come to England.
Okay, I'll come visit.
I followed you for 20 years. At least you can do is follow me.
Said I'll visit.
I plan to be gone for 6 months.
That long.
That long.
Okay, I'll last.
Well, maybe I won't, Greg.
Are you serious?
You could find her a good home if you wanted to, Greg.
This is her home, Kate. This is my home.
Well, even without me in it?
Can't give her up, Kate. It's genetic. I have this gene that Tom told me about.
Oh, yes? Oh, well, I have a gene too, Greg. It's a gene that tells me that I made a major commitment to my mate. It's a gene that reminds me that I am responsible for the education of my offspring. It's a gene that makes me want to do something constructive about the welfare of the world at large.
Maybe we should sleep on this one.
Maybe we should. I'm going to bed. Are you coming?
Later.
This is serious, isn't it?
I think it is.
Well, thanks a lot, Sylvia. You've managed to chew a hole in a 22-year-old marriage.
Hey, Velvet.
Wake up, Sylvia.
What?
Wake up.
What?
It's time for your pill, kid.
I hate pills.
Well, I'll put it in your food. You won't taste a thing.
I love you.
Yes. I'm a mess, Sylvia.
I know you are. But even when you behave like a complete jerk, I love you completely.
I must say, Kate, I find it somewhat difficult to counsel married couples when one of the partners refuses to cooperate. I thought your husband agreed to join us.
And he promised he would.
Well, then let's simply assume he's late.
Let's simply assume he's with Sylvia. Oh, Leslie, maybe I should just say to hell with the whole thing.
No, Kate, don't give up. We've been through a lot together. You and I, please, sit, Kate.
I wish people would stop telling me to sit.
Well, all right, stand then, but let's take advantage of Greg's absence to review the bidding. During our last session, you seemed to suggest that he had actually fallen in love with Sylvia.
Oh, he has. Totally.
Now, couldn't you be exaggerating?
He says things to her he never says to me.
Such as?
Such as, you're wonderful, you're beautiful, I love you, all that stuff.
Kate, couldn't he be talking to you through Sylvia? Maybe he's expressing his love for you through the dog.
No, Sylvia, this is different. I mean, even when we were first married, he never looked at me the way he looks at Sylvia.
Could you describe that look?
Well, it's sort of a distant light in his eyes, you know, sort of a deep, dark, primeval affection.
Kate, do you think, now how shall I put this, do you think there's anything physical in Greg's relationship with Sylvia? Now be frank.
No.
The grand electo.
No.
You sure? I had a couple in here last week did very peculiar things with their cat.
Oh, no.
Neighbors complained. All right, that's good.
No, and there's nothing physical between Greg and Sylvia.
Okay.
Oh, there's plenty of patting and stroking and licking, and that goes on ad nauseum, but nothing beyond that. I
No.
almost wish there were.
Why do you say that, Kate?
Because then it would just be an affair. And any wife worth her salt can deal with that. But this, oh, Leslie, I feel like I'm up against something that's gone on for hundreds of thousands of years. Even before the first wolf came out of the forest and sat down next to the caveman by his fire.
Yeah, but Kate, don't you think the cave woman must have had ways of shooing that wolf back into outer darkness?
I've tried. That's why I got the grant to go to England.
Oh, you did?
But all it
Okay.
did was aggravate the issue. Now he loves her even more.
Oh.
He says, nothing becomes her like the leaving thereof.
Oh.
And he won't leave her.
Oh, I believe I hear Greg. Send him in, Felix.
Sorry I'm late. Hi, dear.
Well, Greg, this is Leslie.
Hi, Greg.
Hi, Leslie. The reason I'm late is that Sylvia had to have her stitches taken out.
We're not interested, Greg.
No, now, Kate. You've had your say. Let him have his. Bring it on.
While we were at the vet's, we discovered she has worms, and that explains why she's been dragging her butt all over the rug. The vet gave me some little pink pills for that.
See what I'm up against?
Kate, why don't you go into the other room and read a magazine? I'd like to talk to Greg alone, if I may.
All right.
You're a very beautiful woman, Kate.
Is there a phone out there? Because maybe I'll just reconfirm my single seat on British Airlines.
No, Kate, don't give up, okay? You've been through a lot. I've been in this business a long, long time.
Well, he won't listen. It's impossible to get through to him.
We will see.
Yes, you
All
will.
right, here she comes, Felix. Have a seat, Greg.
Thanks.
Talk to me. Talk to me. Say whatever's on your mind.
Okay. She's not herself lately,
Oh, I'm glad you see that, Greg.
particularly these last few weeks.
Why do you think that, Greg?
I don't know exactly why she resents me,
Why do you suppose she resents you?
because I made the decision
Well, what decision?
to have her stayed.
Kate?
No! Sylvia!
Sylvia?
You don't want me to talk about Sylvia?
No, I do, Greg, if you want to.
Okay, well, Kate doesn't like me to talk about her.
Well, that's Kate, Greg. As for me, I'd like very much to hear about Sylvia, because by telling me about Sylvia, you are really telling me about yourself.
Oh, okay. To begin with, she's got great eyes.
Sylvia.
Sylvia. I finally understand the word limpid. She's got limpid eyes. Limpid, deep, serious eyes. That doesn't mean she's serious all the time. She laughs. I've actually seen her laugh. She's got this cute little bud. I mean, people talk about that bud. When she says she's down the street, she wiggles it back and forth. And you ought to see, when we get to the park, the whole gang gathers around her, even though she's been spayed. Oh, and you ought to see her with Bowser, boy, her and Bowser. Oh, and listen, I found a poem that Shakespeare wrote about her.
Shakespeare?
Who is Sylvia?
Oh,
what
Greg,
is
no.
she? That all our swains
Greg.
commend her. Holy, fair, and wise
Greg.
is she the...
I am sorry we're confined to the 50-minute hour.
Sorry, I get carried away.
Ooh, just a little bit. You should have a seat. Greg, I'm going to do something now which I do much further along in the therapy process. I am going to put myself into the picture.
Yourself.
That's right. What's my name, Greg?
Well, Kate said it was Leslie.
Leslie it is, Greg. Now, am I a man or a woman?
Oh, you're a woman.
You hesitated, Greg.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, that's all right. I wanted you to hesitate, Greg. I wanted you to select my gender. That's why I call myself Leslie. It's a name that works either way.
It does, doesn't it?
Yes, and that's why I wear these ambivalent clothes. I may be a man pretending to be a woman, or I may be a woman pretending to be a man. I let my patients decide. What do you think?
I thought you were a woman.
Because you wanted me to be a woman, Greg.
I did?
Yes. We project our needs onto the world. Life is shapeless and absurd. We use words and names and categories to give us a sense of shape. We need that sense of shape to get us through the day.
Okay.
You even see it in the Bible, Greg. God has Adam name the animals so that Adam can construct his own order out of the chaos around him.
Uh-huh.
With Which brings us to your dog, Greg.
Sylvia.
Sylvia. You wanted a woman, that's why you named her Sylvia.
She was already named Sylvia.
But you embraced the name because you needed a woman.
I already have a woman, and her name is Kate.
You wanted another kind of woman, Greg. You wanted that subservient little housewife you once kept in the suburbs. You wanted that worshipful daughter that once hung on Daddy's every word. You wanted a Sylvia. Greg, if Sylvia didn't exist, you would have had to invent her.
You may be right, Leslie.
I think I am, Greg. I am right. These are what we therapists call the dangerous years.
The dangerous years.
Yes, the years between the first hint of retirement and the first whiff of the nursing home.
Oh,
No. We should make the most of these years. I, for one, am exploring the boundaries of gender identification, and it's quite exciting. Kate has moved on beyond child rearing into a career in the public classroom. You, on the other hand, seem to have retreated into a kind of pastoral nostalgia.
Pastoral nostalgia.
By acquiring Sylvia.
You think that's true?
I do, Greg, and I think it's time for you to accept the challenges that come with later life.
Maybe so.
Drop that leash, Greg, and once again, take a hold of your wife's hand. See if you are capable of walking with her side by side towards the setting sun.
Thank you, Leslie. This all makes a lot of
It
sense.
does, doesn't it? Now, I must say, I am really thoroughly exhausted with this. It's been a long, tough haul for all of us involved. And why don't we just bring in Kate now so we can all sit down together and work through the last specifics. Sandra and Felix.
Aren't you forgetting one thing?
No, I don't. What thing would that be, Greg?
Sylvia.
Sylvia?
Sure, you've seen Kate, you've seen me. Don't you think you should see Sylvia?
You want me to hold a session with your dog?
Not a session, Leslie. Jesus, what kind of nutcase do you think I am?
A big one.
No, I just think you ought to get to know her. Maybe play with her a little bit, take her for a walk. Because if you do, then you'll see, Leslie.
See what?
Then you'll see that Sylvia is more than just a name or a gene or a psychological symptom or anything else that tries to pin her down. Any dog owner knows this. If you don't, you should get one immediately. We should all have dogs. It should be put in the Constitution. It's not just a right, it's an obligation. When you register to vote, you pick up your dog license. The world would be a better place, Leslie. Imagine this, imagine. You and I and Queen Elizabeth and the Dalai Lama and maybe Jack Nicholson, yeah, we're all together somewhere at Club Med or something, sitting around having cocktails and chatting, and what would we talk about, Leslie? What would we talk about?
Whale gutting in Africa?
No! We talk about our dogs! We would talk about our dogs!
Greg, I'd like you to do something for me right now, quickly, if you would. I'd like you to leave and send in Kate on your way out.
Okay, well, it's Sylvia's dinner time.
Right, okay.
She wants to see you now.
Leslie, what?
Oh, okay. Kate, I'd like you to do several things for me. Several things, really. Yeah, I'd like you to divorce Greg. Divorce that man. Clean him out. Take him for every nickel he's got.
Oh, no, I can't do that.
Oh, yes. And then how about this? Get a gun.
A gun?
A Winchester rifle, 38 special, to shoot Sylvia.
Oh, no.
Oh, you get her right between the eyes.
Leslie, no.
Come in, Felix. I'm sorry, I'm late for my shrink.
Oh, well, Leslie. If this were played on the stage right now, I would condemn it as an improbable fiction. 12th Night, Act 3.
today,
Thank
Sylvia.
you, Greg.
You know why, don't you?
Oh, tell me why I check out the kibble du jour.
Look particularly glamorous because we've come to a major moment in our relationship.
A major moment?
A turning point. And at turning points in our lives, we instinctively shine. Our eyes sparkle and our hair glistens. Our bodies seem to know.
Why is this a turning point?
We're going to lay our cards on the table, both of us.
I thought we always did that anyway.
We do, but this will be even more so. Up until now, you've been saying what I'd hoped you'd say. This time, I want you to feel entirely on your own.
All right, sounds exciting.
Would you like to sit down?
Where shall I sit?
Wherever you want.
Can I sit on the couch?
You may. Here.
Oh, this is the life. I like these major moments, Greg.
Sylvia,
Yeah.
I have to send you away
Away?
to somewhere else.
Oh, you mean like that kennel you put me in when you went off for that weekend? I can live with that as long as it's just a few days.
It's not a kennel, Sylvia. I found a family for you.
All right, sounds better than a kennel.
And it won't be for just a few days.
Well, how long then? 2 weeks, 3,
It's forever, Sylvia.
forever?
It boils down to you or Kate, and I'm choosing Kate.
You're choosing Kate?
I have to.
You can't have us both.
Yes, I can.
This is just because she hates me.
She doesn't
She
hate
doesn't
you,
like me.
Sylvia. She doesn't like me, Sylvia, when I'm with you.
Lord knows I've tried to please her.
You
I
have.
always greet her when she comes home.
I
I even
know
lick the
that.
plates before they go into the dishwasher.
Because she doesn't like waste,
She
Sylvia.
encourages the habit. So you're choosing her over me.
She's my wife, Sylvia, the mother of my children. We've lived together for a long, long time.
Well, do you love her?
I do, very much.
Well, I thought you loved me.
I do, sweetheart, but in a different way, and it's not a good way as far as Kate's concerned.
I thought there was talk of me and you moving out.
There was.
I thought there was serious talk of you and me getting a studio apartment right on 69th Street, right near the park.
There was talk of that, yes, and in the heat of the moment.
You were supposed to take me on a camping trip to Chesapeake Bay. You were supposed to teach me how to retrieve ducks.
I was going to do all that, Sylvia.
So you just chickened out?
That's what I've done. I've chickened out.
Well, I feel terrible.
So do I.
You know what I wish I could do? Mix myself a double absolute vodka on the rocks with a twist.
I did that earlier, Sylvia, for myself.
Yeah? Well, being a dog, I don't happen to have the solace of alcohol, Greg.
Hey, I got a bark bar for you.
A what?
A bark bar, remember? I bought you one on our last walk over to the east side, and you loved it.
It's in the shape of a cat.
I know, I thought you'd be amused by that.
Amused by those bastards? It's not bad, but it's not good enough. Tell me about this family you're shipping me off to.
Oh, they're great. I advertised in the Westchester newspapers, and I interviewed a number of applicants.
Wow. Well, thanks for letting me in on it.
Look, you'll be living in the suburbs.
I hate the suburbs.
What, all that green grass? Well, this family has half an acre all fenced in.
That Akita in the park used to live in the suburbs. He says you're totally alone out there. There's no sense of being a part of a pack. And if you try to cross the street to go talk to somebody, there's a good chance you'll get run over.
But you won't want to take walks, Sylvia. You want to stay close to home.
Why?
Because you like this family so much.
Why?
First of all, they have children.
How many?
3.
Are there any babies?
1.
I hate babies.
No, you don't. You're always licking their
Their
faces.
mouths taste good, but they're always stepping on your tail.
They're also 2 teenagers, Sylvia, and they're eager to have you. They want to teach you to play Frisbee. They want to take you to Little League games. They'll be much better for you than I could possibly be.
Well, I hate teenagers.
No, you don't.
I do. I hate them. They're totally unreliable. They play loud music, which hurts your ears. One minute, they're showering you with love and affection, and then they're locking you in some car for hours on end. Greg, don't do this to me, please. Keep me here with you. Don't send me away.
I can't, Sylvia.
Okay. I'll change, Greg. I'll change my ways. I'll stop chewing things. I'll bring Kate the New York Times every morning.
Yeah.
All right, well, I won't do that because that's too corny, but I'll do something else. Just tell me what to do and I'll do it.
I promised Kate I would give you away. I made that promise to my wife.
When?
Today.
Today?
Driving you out right now.
Well, can I even say goodbye to Bowser?
You just saw him in the park.
Jeez, you're something, Greg. You really are. You bring me home, you get me all dependent on you, and you spay me. You had me spayed, Greg. You completely destroyed my womanhood, and when I get over that, and when I still decide the sun rises and sets only in your direction, you're shipping me off to some boring nuclear family in Westchester County? I mean, Christ, Greg, don't you feel guilty about this?
I do. I feel terrible.
You have moral obligation here. How would they respond at the Humane Society? How would they react at the ASPCA?
They'd say I'm doing the right thing.
You're wrong, Greg.
Sure, they'd say after a week with this new family, you'll forget all about me.
Never.
Sure you will. If I came out to visit, you might run up for a pat and a sniff, but that would be that.
You're so wrong, Greg. Have you read the Odyssey?
No.
That guy was gone for like 20 years, and when he finally came home, the first person to recognize him, before his nurse, before his son, before his own wife, was his dog. That dog was lying around the palace for all those years, lying on a dung heap, just waiting for his master. And when his master finally showed, you know what the dog did, do you?
What?
He raised his head, wagged his tail, and died.
Don't.
I'll never forget you, Greg, ever.
Stop, Sylvia. I can't stand it.
Well, let's get it over with. I'll have to depend on the kindness of strangers. Take me to the suburbs. If I can at least sit next to you in the front seat. After all, Her Majesty won't be there to object.
Hello?
Or will she?
What's she doing home?
I feel like hiding under some bed.
I thought you had a meeting.
Well, it broke up early.
We're just getting ready to leave.
Where's Saliva?
It's Sylvia, Kate.
Well, where is she?
At the moment, she's trying to stay out of your hair.
Oh, Greg.
What?
I know this is hard for you, Greg.
You're damn right.
I want you to know I appreciate it.
Thanks.
We'll have a great time in England, Greg. It'll be a whole new thing.
Can't talk about it, Kate. I'm too upset at the moment.
Did you pack up all her stuff, her bed, her brush?
It's all right here.
Her little red ball?
Couldn't find it.
Oh, she loves that little red ball.
At least you noticed.
Well, it'd be a shame to send her off without that.
She'll survive.
But Greg, actually, my meeting is still going on. I ducked out early.
Yeah?
Yeah, well, I thought I should come home and say goodbye.
To Saliva?
To Sylvia.
Why?
Because I wanted to.
Magnanimous in victory, eh?
Greg.
Well, have your farewell scene. Come here, Sylvia. Sylvia, come on. Oh, Joe, come on.
You called me, Master?
Kate wants to say goodbye.
Oh, sure, and I'm Marie of Romania.
Come here, Sylvia.
Who's she kidding?
Go on, she's human. Say
Sylvia.
goodbye.
I know it's been tough sledding between you and I, but, well, I wanted to say goodbye.
What is this? Some sudden sisterhood thing?
Easy now.
Sylvia, I wish it'd been otherwise, Sylvia.
Yeah, me too. Can we go now?
Yeah, we'll go, Kate.
Goodbye, Sylvia.
Yeah.
Oh, Greg, maybe you could stop at the pet store and get her another little red ball.
I hear you were looking for this.
My all's well that ends well.
Whatever.
And it's in reasonably good shape. There's just this little chew mark here on the corner.
She found it in the hall closet and she insisted on bringing it right in.
You found it and sent her in with it, right?
Suit yourself, Kate. I'll call the garage.
I'll be right with you.
Okay.
I've been thinking about what you said, Kate.
What I said?
I wish it could have been otherwise. I've been thinking about that. You know what otherwise is, Kate? Otherwise is that man who ran off with his grandchildren's au pair. Or that guy who just shot at his wife while she was doing her step aerobics. Otherwise is those sad couples sitting in restaurants night after night, eyeing each other with absolutely nothing to say. That's otherwise, Kate.
Is it, Sylvia?
Yeah, and I'll tell you what this wise is. This wise is the fact that he can never be happy with me unless you like me too. Which is why he's always foisting me upon you, which is called sharing, Kate. Which is what some people sometimes call love. That's this wise.
Come on, Sylvia.
Of course, what do I know? I'm only a dog.
Oh, damn it. Well, as Shakespeare used to say, what the hell?
Well, we never got to the suburbs. I called and said we'd changed our minds. And the folks understood, of course, being dog lovers like ourselves.
And I changed my mind about England. Oh, I went for a few weeks, but for the most part, I stayed here while Greg looked around for another job.
Oh, and Sylvia stayed. She stayed with us for the next 11 years. Until everything went wrong and we had to put her to sleep. I held her when the vet gave her the shot. She looked up at me and sighed, closed her eyes, lay down quietly and died. Kate was waiting for me when I got home and we both cried.
But that's not true. I didn't cry.
You did, you just won't admit it.
Well, Sylvia and I never really got along, even later on.
We got along famously. One time I came home from my new job with the World Wildlife Fund and I found Kate and Sylvia side by side on the couch.
This is an absolute lie.
Kate was reading The Secret Life of Dogs and Sylvia had her head in Kate's lap.
This is a total male fantasy.
And I'll tell you something else. Over the years, a strange thing happened. Sylvia and I, well, we didn't talk so much.
Now, this is true.
We still talked, but it was less and less. It was as if we learned to understand each other without talking, or maybe we learned we could never understand each other.
Or maybe it was because you and I talked more.
Whatever. And Sylvia's looks changed too.
They did. She began to look, well, different. Show them the picture.
Oh, sure. Picture. Oh, there it is. There. There's our Sylvia.
I took that picture the year before she died.
Know who took it.
She looks a little worse for wear.
She doesn't, Kate. She still looks absolutely gorgeous. Oh, Sylvia.
Oh, Sylvia.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Laura Frankoff as Phyllis and Dr. Leslie. Dave Campbell as Tom, the man in the park. THRU, starring as Greg's wife, Kate. Jeff Seegers, starring as Kate's husband and Sylvia's buddy. And the star of the show, Mary Hannah Newton as Sylvia.